What is going on, YouTube world? Been a hot minute since I've come at you with some CADs. Got a lot of shit stacking, so I figured may as well show it off and get it out of the way. Right? Right. Had a good episode last night of the Insert Revolution podcast on the standalone channel, the YouTube channel, the Insert Revolution podcast. I recommend subscribing if you enjoyed the fall into the early winter when all those podcasts are on my channel alone. Figured may as well make a standalone, just better. Steve can have his content on his own channel. I can have my stuff on my channel, and then the Insert Revolution podcast is more that, and then the creative juices that we're cooking up. It's near a boil now. It's near a boil, so stay tuned for that. That should be coming up real soon, and I hope maybe even before next week's episode we have something out there. But start with these. Got these from a Facebook auction. Andrew Wiggins auto out of Rookies and Stars, but it's got the prism feel to it. Oh, Chronicles. Okay, that makes sense. Got this for buddy's kid, loves Carson. That's a Obsidian to 35. This Whammy. Of Acuna. He's been on fire, so that's nice. I like those. And that's out of 19 Donruss. I think that corner, one of those corners is not in the greatest condition, which is disappointing. I wouldn't say they're... The one is, yeah, it's just like a soft corner. I don't know. So if folks want that, let me know. Give you a good deal on it. Got this, a speculation. Orange Lasers or whatever. AJ Dillon. And then a 58 or 59 Ernie Banks. Again, well loved. So, got those. I don't think I spent an awful lot. It's, again, just where you look at the videos of several years ago and the Facebook auctions and what I was able to pick up then and what I get now, it's night and day. It's not even same realm. So now these are all like photo shoot cards. I get this. I still think they're cool, and if you can get them for a solid price, I've got no problem with it. So this is out of Leaf. I don't even know what the hell it is. An All-American Classic. I'm trying to think what game that's called. Perfect Game. That Perfect Game. But here's a Kendall Logan Simmons piece to 12. Here is a Michael Brown button to 5. And then here is a jersey cap, pants, sock of Joe Charles to 2. So all those are in that $10 range. A little less, but same seller. You get a bunch of that type of stuff, and I'm always a sucker. I'm always a sucker if it's cheap, because it's just stuff that's unique. You don't see button pieces. You don't see all the other stuff unless if a laundry tag out of like a Kobe, Iverson, even Sean Alexander's. They cost good money. And those guys, it's speculative, of course, but it's like Dogecoin. I can't afford the Bitcoin. I might as well get the Doge. Speaking of speculation and a solid player, a young gun, which has, I don't know, it looks like those rounded corners, but at the same time, for what I got it for and what the subsequent copies went for, I'm super happy. Half Philippine descent, Jason Robertson for the Dallas Stars. Like to pick up him and his brother Nick. Try to get Naomi at least a collection going of folks like that, the Philippine blood, so she can see that and at least enjoy that to some degree. Next up, player probably 3 of you guys might know out there, from 82-83 Opeachy. Just passed away. It's his rookie card, but a huge contributor to the 80 Olympics. The Do You Believe in Miracles? Miracle on Ice. From Evelyn, Minnesota. Mark Pavlich. I mean, a fairly nice copy. So, again, when grading calms down. And again, you see that first year, 33 goals, 43 assists. 5'8", 170, so super happy to get that. I'm gonna finish out, if anybody out there has any by chance, I want to finish out his run. I mean, it's not a long career. I think he played for the Rangers. There's like 3 teams. The Rangers for the first few years, and then he went somewhere, and then I don't know what happened, like the latter part of the 80s, and then I think the Sharks for 12 games in their inaugural year, but then by that time he was out. So if you got Mark Pavlich, let me know. Pick this cool card up. It's a part of the banner from the draft of Dumba, so that was cheap. Nothing really super high end, but cool. Vinny said this one was a wrapper redemption, so I have no clue how many of these are actually floating around, but that's the first time I've seen any, to that I can remember. Like a purple, the 98-99 Atomic, or Cracked Ice, as the newbies want to call it. Jonas Brodeur. A couple big Brodeurs here. In the game VIP. Jersey and emblem to 10. Again, that's an SPR, stated print run. And then a huge one. I'd watched a Gretzky go off for probably, what would have been 4 times what I got this for. And albeit Gretzky's one of the GOATs, I don't think he's 4 times more collectible or more valuable, in my honest, humble opinion. Can barely see it there, which sucks. I wish it was a little more, everything popped a little more. But on the right hand side of the card, you can see the little sparkle. It says Prime Choice Reserve. And so that puts me at both of the 98-99 UD Choice Brodeurs of that particular parallel. I think that was number 19 on the want list, so those 2 will be crossed off eventually. I've got to do an update on that as we come to the end of April. Project 70, thankfully, key short stuff hasn't been popping left and right. He's got a Bowman 92 project coming up. I don't know how much I'll get into that. I think it's like a little box of like 10 cards. I don't know. If it's not the uncirculated stuff, I may pass. I like the magnetic uncirculated type feel, but I got the Scherzer. Card number 111, I believe. We'll leave that in the background because everybody loves Project 2020, 2021, all that fun. Next up, big insert for the Gretzky, super side type PC, high voltage out of Summit. It's to 1500. Again, these are some of my favorites of all time. I love those cards. So that'll get a little love back there. I'd bought a card, I think back in November, off a site. Didn't get it from the person. Same person somehow ended up with this, and I got this, and beginning to lose hope. I never got refunded for the other one. So I got this one, Oli the Goalie, Atomic, numbered to 100. I think this was a cheaper buy it now, again out of In the Game, or yeah, In the Game 01, 02, the Be a Player, All-Star Teammates, triple jersey. What's up, Paul? Doug U8, Brian Leach, Brodeur. Again, not the greatest card, but I like that In the Game Be a Player stuff. I do. The emblems, the numbers patch or the letters patch or stuff like that. I like it. I like patches. This was a stupid buy it now. I was happy. I had lost, I think, one of these. I had bought one, and I got the seller misplaced the item, so I think there's some regret. And that was at like 25 shipped, so I got this for 10 shipped. There is no refractor version. Because baseball, you'd have, this would have been the refractor numbering. Something to that point. You'd have like 1967 would have been this, and then 667 would have been the refractor, which I think would have been cool. And then you would have had 67 for the black refractor. Then some stuff from the Czech Republic. Not in the realm of years, but again, an insert to 100 or Upper Deck. Same guy had it. I was like, well, I know my feelings on that, so tried to get it and got it. I'm not gonna remember every brand. I think this is straight Pacific, the team checklist. I'll just go with what's on the front instead of looking in the back and burning up time. But another team checklist. Love that black. Love that. That's simple but effective design. Gold Crown die cut. Some schmutz on there. Big numbers die cut. The 0304 Kramer's Choice, which you do not see. That's to 99. Paid a premium on that. I lost the 98.99, so I bid super strong. I bid around Josh Johnson's jersey number, and then still lost. The Crown Royale, I think it's a breakout. Freeze out, and the freeze out die cut. Another tough one to come across. Dynagon Ice, Lords of the Rink. Heavy Pacific, because that's my brand. That's been my jam for a number of years. That and Pinnacle Scores, I love them. Aurora, the Atomic Laser Cut, where again you can see all along the bottom with the atom in the top bottom left, and then the dots as you go up. What do we got here? Pacific in the cage. It's all that meshing there. You see the 8. And then there's another one. I like this. This is about a 50 point, 60 point card. Paramount. Glove side net fusions. The little window there. Very slick design there. I like that a lot. Couldn't remember if I had that. Shocking. Lists, people, lists. If I listen to my own advice on the Insert Revolution podcast every Tuesday night at 7:05 p.m. Central Standard Time on the standalone YouTube channel, titled the Insert Revolution Podcast. I know what I have and what I didn't have. Take your own advice, dumbass. That's what I tell myself every day. The 97, 98 team checklist, the acetate with the logo on there. Dynagon Ice, 98, 99 team checklist. I love the shine. It's sort of like it's a 95, 96 score insert. I'm forgetting it. Golden Blades, maybe. I know it's not the parallel from like 96, 97, but I think it's a Golden Blades, and that's reminiscent of that design. The glove side laser cut 97, 98. Glove side net fusions out of Paramount. It's a little of the meshing. I like that one a lot more. This one's just one of the worst ones. 2000 Aurora Glove Unlimited. It's got a little raised feel to it, but no meshing at all. The white is raised on here like an action-packed card or a Upper Deck Ovation or some of those old Leaf inserts. 96, 97 Flare Hot Gloves. On 98, 99 Paramount, I think. Yeah, team checklist, die cut there. A Paramount personal bests. I like that again, the just shimmer. One of my favorite cards in it. It's in baseball and football as well. Football, I think, is to 99 or 299. There might be a 99 parallel. Baseball, I can't remember if there might be a parallel, but I don't think the base are numbered, the base insert. But the Paramount Hall of Fame bound, it's got like the bust. Another Hall of Fame bound out of Paramount, and that was, I think, the year before. Super tough to pull. Not really anything of great substance. Where again, just because it's a case hit or a couple of case or whatever, doesn't mean it's always the best looking card. Showstoppers out of Revolution. The EO portraits. You can see the dot or laser etching there. I like that one a little more than this because you can sort of see down between his legs. That's where the portrait part is. But, and then no scoring zone out of 97, 98 Omega. I like that. Reminds me of Roadblock from WCW. And then I got this from a different seller. Not thrilled. I'm sure I'll get, this is a placeholder. It's a 2000 Revolution. I want to get it with the string on there though. That's the key. But it's the ornament die cut. But if you look at right where there, you can see the crimping from like the machine like pressed into a pack. So love it. But again, I gotta get something different because I can't. Huge card for the Dumba PC. Super happy that the guy threw out again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I know other people have said it after the fact when I've said it. Put something on your watch list. Usually within that first week, most of the time within the first 48 hours, you'll get an offer from the seller, even if it's 5% off. Sometimes it's an accept offer. Sometimes there's a button for the make counter offer or reject offer on the bottom. This was one of those times where he sent an offer, and I threw an offer back to him, and he took it. I was very happy, because this is a card I've been looking for. I don't know, the eBay gods, the card gods, smile a little in my direction. And I got it for a price I would have paid probably a little more than I paid. And by a little, I mean a lot. Out of 2013, 2014, Panini Prism. One of my favorites. Probably my favorite player in the ice right now. And again, it's because I collect them. There's probably some offensive guys that I like a lot more, but I can't go down those roads, so I gotta stick to the guys I love. Gold Prism Matt Dumba Auto Rookie. So, to get a lot of this stuff, you still have people saying, I can't find anything that I can afford. I'll continue to harp at you personally and say you're not doing a good enough job searching. We've said it on the Insert Revolution podcast every Tuesday night at 7:05 p.m. Central Standard Time on its standalone YouTube channel titled the Insert Revolution podcast, that there is still plentiful deals to be had. Still stuff that you can find for, I won't say cheap. That to me was cheap. It's going to be about your personal budget, and it's going to be about your personal connection to a card or the varying degrees of depth that you want a card. If you don't want something that bad, if that's something like that, it's like, I'd pay like $20 for that. Well, you know what? 5 years ago, you weren't going to get it. Right now, you're not going to get it. In 10 years from now, you're not going to get it at 20. That's just the world you're going to have to live in. If you're willing to come up more, let's say the market max is X. 4 years ago, you wanted to pay Y, but now you're like, okay, I'll go X plus Y because it's a big card for you. You have to be the determiner of what you A, can afford, and B, want, in what order or what ranking you want something. So if that's like your big card, you've got to push all the other stuff to the side, to the corner, and say, well, I'm going to make a run at that. So when I still hear it, I still hear the people. I can't find anything I can afford, or there's nothing out there, or the market's stupid. The market's stupid for a lot of stuff. The market is not stupid as a whole. Everything in the market is not stupid. A lot of it is, not everything. So, keep looking. If you don't want to look, if you don't want to put the time in, you don't want to put the effort, you don't want to use, I don't want to say use, because it's a negative connotation to me. If you've got friends and you're all in sort of the same boat, and you can, even if the people I hate and you're in your own group, I'm in my group, somebody's in the group of like intermingling people out of the other two groups or whatever it may be. Bounce ideas off each other, get the information from one another, and do with that information what you see fit. If it means going to a different site, if it means going down a couple rabbit holes, if it means standing pat. Bounce ideas off people. Even if you're not spending a cent, still bounce the ideas, keep that hobby fresh in your mind. There's a lot of times I hate this hobby. A lot. I know. Stunning turn of events. Breaking news. But I let it do that for about a day and a half. And then I've just got to sort of like dig out of the slump. So, figure out your hobby meaning. If it's just to bitch about prices, constantly whine about this or that, dip out. Put up, if you want to get rid of all your cards and you're not going to have regrets, that's fine. If you're going to have regrets, maybe just box the stuff up, put it away in the closet, move on to something else, come back to the hobby when it's everything sort of tapered off a bit and stabilized and there's been a correction. But I got that for, I think, like 55 or 60 shipped, that Dumba. Stunned, and very happy. So, before the words come spewing out of your mouth, don't say there are no deals to be had in the hobby today, as of April 28th, 2021. There are deals. If you're going to sit back and bitch, turn off the videos, turn off the audio. There's enough bitching out there. You get a good deal, turn on the video, turn on the audio, push record, upload, let the world know. Diatribe over. Picked these up, same seller. Nick Jackson, he was a huge prospect for the Cubs. Mirror Emerald to 5. Same seller, so Shane Brazel, I don't believe was as highly regarded as Nick Jackson. 3 of 5, and I think somewhere else in the conglomeration of cards. 2 more from the same seller. Esteban Loaiza, Dear Liza, Pristine Gold Refractor to 41. And then Jason Kendall. One of my favorites. Wish he went to broke his ankle at 99 season, though. That, I think, hampered him for the rest of his days. So I got those all. I think those are all $1 each, which is stupid. So I was happy with that. The Nick Jackson probably used to be, I don't know, $100 card back in the day, because he was a highly touted prospect for the Cubs, because the Cubs were sort of like the Yankees, and they still are. I think I had to buy it now on this. Not the 99 version, which I'm thankful for, but still a rookie I enjoy. The UD Ice of Dumba to $4.99. Semi-unique Josh Johnson acquisition. I've already got, I think, 2 or 3 of these. The 06 Sweet Spot Signatures, dual auto of him and James Shields. 33 of 35%. Dave, what's so unique about it? The seller still had the used redemption. So it's the first time I've got one of these off purchase of a Josh Johnson. So I'm super happy with that, because again, it's not going to count as an individual new card. It's just an interesting anomaly to the collection. So because he had a picture and I said, if you've still got that, don't throw that away. I would love that. And he's like, I see your username, you're definitely getting it. So super happy with that. So thank you, seller, for including that as well and saving it. 98 Donruss Collections, the prize collection, and this is the elite variation of it. Bobby Abreu. Save those 2 for last, because those are okay. I haven't made a video in a while. So there's a top silk, I think, go to 13. I had to free it from that sandwich, but I think it was like $3 shipped. It's another one I can wait on. Another, like an artist proof lot. I think I got this for like $12. But Neil O'Donnell, 95 Sportflix. Steve Berline, 95 Sportflix. Carlos Baerga, what up, Stouty? Out of Aficionado. Dave Justice, 96 score. Used to be a big card, I'm sure. Semi-big. Ken Caminiti, Pinnacle, 96. Eric Owens, Zenith, 96. Kevin Apier, UC3, 95. Which is like a Sportflex knockoff, which wasn't that great. Rookie of the Year winner, Todd Hollandsworth. Out of, I think, 96 Sportflix. Yeah. A UC3, Aaron Davis. Let me know if this has any interest to you at all. I message you as well. I know you're a big Sheffield guy. That one looks a little cooler. I like, so he stands out. Jeff Kent, 96 Sportflix. Still with the Mets there. Tim Salmon, 96 Sportflix. Or no, is that 95? No, it's 96, so Kent must be 95, because it's different. And then, yeah, 95 for the Kent, and then 95 for the Ricky Henderson. So, I think it was like $13 ship for that. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You get 12 artist proofs. So those are box hits. For $13, that's a game winner. Saw him, he won some sort of award during the Minnesota State High School hockey banquet. So I figured to pick up his rookie out of Topps. Still want to get a O-Pee-Chee, but just there wasn't anything on there right now. Name, Indigenous cards, Chippewa Indian, Henry Boucher. I don't even know where he's. I think he's down in the cities now, but I think he was up in War Road or. No, if he lives up there. Used to live up there, War Road or Roseau, Minnesota. So happy to get that for a few dollars. Again, trying to do a little more with the Minnesota hockey stuff. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because that's just like a never-ending chasm. Did pick up another Tyler Johnson, and again, this is the nice part where if I really want to do a lot of damage, I can do the Minnesota Gophers, the Golden Gophers uniforms, and nobody cares. But out of Spectra, the green, and that friend is numbered 4 or 5. Kings of the Rink? Kings of the NHL, and it's a case hit. Again, it's nothing that really pops, but a Forsberg, got that for cheap. A McCone, 2017, I think. Black press proof to 10. Sort of ripping through these last few. Derek Lee. Gold studio press proof, serial number 300. One of the Project 2020s I'd wanted. Again, not one of the first 3, not the McGuire, not the Mattingly, not the... I don't even know who the other one is. Clemente, I think, is the other big one. That is a ton for sure. But the one I liked a lot and got for just a bit over what they sold for on Topps. So that's what I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay at that $20 mark. If I can get them a lot below, I can pump up a couple few that I'd sort of even it out. But the Mike Trout with Bryce Harper shaving his head. So again, a lot of people don't like it. That's fine. Not everything is going to be for everyone. That's just how life is. I like the Keyshore stuff. It makes me laugh. I need stuff that makes me laugh. So Keyshore, you do that. I love you for it. Got this dirt cheap. So cheap. Offered, and the guy took it. $98.99 Black Diamond, the quad, the green. I like it again because it matches the jersey. It's Brett Hull, played at Minnesota Duluth. 77 of 100. I got that for a little more than like a hanger box. The last 3 are monsters. So Max has to take a play off. Dumba, as much as that card is badass, I got a better Dumba coming up. Out of 8, 1920 UD Premier Hockey. Chest logo. Mega patch. Matthew Dumba. So there's that beauty. It's just insane. Hockey patches, the best by far. I don't even know what the next... I gotta go with this one, even though it's what it is. Out of 2013, this one came up for buy it now, best offer. Buy it now was a price I probably should have hit immediately. I had to wait a day, though, because I didn't have the money in the account. And I think the credit card payment was out. So I figured it was going to come in that day or the next day, and of course it was like 2 days later. But I threw it an offer. Carlos, that's pretty ballsy to do that. And I said, yes, I hope for the best and expect the worst. But I got it. The guy took it. And the run of Josh Johnson amazing cards continues with the 2013 Bowman Chrome Superfractor. So I've got to start digging a little more and seeing what I need for the high-end Josh Johnsons, but I don't think there's tons upon tons upon tons of supers left. Not saying I've got all of them, but I know I have a good chunk. The last one was one where it's been up forever. It's one of those in which I offered, or I'd watch it, and you wouldn't get the deal. You wouldn't get any sort of like 10% off, 20% off. Again, it doesn't always happen. It's worth a shot, though, just see if somebody's willing to move it. If they're not, that's fine. You can sort of budget for stuff, and I was able to do this with eBay bucks and put it at a price where it's probably too much for 90% of the world. For me, it wasn't. I had to get it. The one thing I hate, it's an uncirculated card that is out of its uncirculated holder. So, but it's a huge Josh Johnson. That is the 2016 Bowman Sterling Red Refractor 1 of 1. On the back, they used to have the triangles. The triangle has, you could sort of see there, the 1 of 1 and a number on there on the bottom, 1 of 1. There's some gold and some black uncirculated that are not circulated. Some have a completely different serial numbering than what Topps had at that time, so I'm fair to surmise that those are A, backdoored copies plus a completely backdoored from whatever serial numbering machine these folks had of the card. And I still see, I've got a bunch of the gold, and I've got, I think, like 3 or 4 of the backdoored gold, and like 2 or 3 of the backdoored black. If I can get those cheap, I try to get them and just take them out of circulation. But to get that, I still paid more for that than the Super, but at the same time, it's a Johnson. Obviously, I didn't have. Obviously, it's been on the radar for a number of years. The price has not moved. I mean, I think I've seen it once or twice drop to like maybe 130. But I think after I used my eBay bucks, it was like 115. Which is a lot. But at the same time, I'm so far in this hole, as it were. It's like, you may as well just try to complete everything you can. And I'm happy with it. So it's not like a dead PC or a dead collection where it's stuff I don't enjoy picking up. 20 years will I regret and look back and say, God dang it, why'd you spend $500 billion on the Josh Johnson stuff? But I love it. and it's still fun when something of his pops up and that I don't have, or even if it's something I've got a couple of but I haven't seen in like 4 years. I'm after it because I feel, and I know, because I don't think I've ever come across like a message like, hey, his parents or his wife or whatever family members after X card. They don't collect, I don't think. Not that I've been made aware of. Again, he's not a social media presence guy, so I don't know. I've mentioned that a multitude of times before. But I think, and I'm fair, again, I say this with about 99.9% certainty, nobody's going to appreciate the Josh Johnson cards more than I am, ever. So, if I can get them all, it's Pokemon. I got to get them all. I got to catch them all. So finally, a very, very overdue mail day. If we stuck out this long, this is one of my longest videos in quite some time. That's, I think, because I cleared out a lot of the pictures and whatnot. But able to do an old school video, lengthy video, 40+ minutes. And I hope you learned something. Subscribe, like, comment to the Insert Revolution podcast channel, which is host to the Insert Revolution podcast. Coincidentally enough, those podcasts occur every Tuesday night at 7:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. Like I said, last night we had Brad from Brad 8671. Everybody remembers Brad. We talked a lot of NFL draft stuff. Just south of 3.5 hours. I know we could have went longer. It's something I really enjoy. I know Brad loves the stuff. Steve, he had prefaced before that he didn't think he'd have too much to offer, but he did. He had a lot of insight too, and a lot of just, I won't say generalizations, but when you know football, you can get your way through it. You don't have to be a draftnik or a wunder kid like Mel Kiper, Bill Mayock, or Mike Mayock, and Todd McShay. So it was fun. I think a lot of stuff in there was pertinent. Hope a lot of people took something away from it. If you don't, go watch it back on the replay. It's archived, obviously, on the Insert Revolution podcast YouTube channel. So if you like what you see from us, subscribe. Stop in every Tuesday night at 7:05. I know it's sort of a gag, the running joke that we promote it and keep saying the same thing, but we feel it could be bigger. We don't want to sit there and flood social media and just bring in every Tom, Dick, Jane, and Harry over there, because we're not for everyone. We get that. Our styles mesh real well. We're not contrived and reading stuff off of computer screens. We don't need that. We don't sit there hum and like there's 10 minutes of dead time and you're bumbling over your own words like other entities out in the old video world. But give us a chance. You don't have to sit there and subscribe if you like us, you like what you see. If you don't, move on. We're not asking you for Patreon money yet, or kidney money allegedly. So stop on over there. It's an eclectic crew, but it's a good group. That's what we like. We want the good group where it's not people placating to us or blowing hot air up our asses. That we want real criticism. If we're doing something shitty, tell us. We're doing something you like and it's not enough of what it is, tell us. Everything in life is a marathon. If we all ran like a sprint, why would we continue? It would be over immediately. So stop on over, See what you think. Make that decision, and whatever you decide, that's on you. We'll be happy to have you. We'll be happy that you gave us a choice or a chance and you didn't like us. That's fine. But got any Martin Brodeur cards? 1991 through 91 through 03, 04. Hit me up. I'm looking. Good to see you, YouTube. Have fun. Stop over there at the Insert Revolution podcast channel every Tuesday night, 7:05 p.m. Central Standard Time, and give Steve and I a chance. Hopefully, you'll become one of us. 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 One of us.